Well, I'm out here farming, disking this dry land. We got the 3-way off of it. Now we're just gonna get it worked and let it lay for a little bit. Just disking it while there's a little bit of moisture in the ground. I'll show you how much moisture's in the ground. See, there's some moisture right there in the ground. That's about all the moisture we got. Yeah, pretty moistured up. Want to show some sweet clover blooming here. I actually ran that a little bit over with the dual. But we got a bunch of sweet clover blooming, which is good. Honeybees love sweet clover. I can't see any on that right now. There's a skunk that was not in my bee yard at one time. Let's see if we can see any bees on this, working this clover here. And this is poison hemlock. Lots of that stuff. That's tall. Holy cow, that stuff's tall. Here's a honeybee. A couple of them right there working this sweet clover. There's one right there. I can't remember if this spot had sweet clover in it, or if I came down here and threw some sweet clover seed right here. Because I threw sweet clover seed quite a few places. And just over the way here is the field that I planted with nothing but flowers. So I'm gonna walk over here and show you what's going on and see if we can see any bees out here. So this is coming in, sunflowers. Stepler's got nothing on my sunflowers. But this is kind of coming in. There's a lot of bloom going in here. I can't remember what this purple plant is called. I want to say that's one of the radishes. I don't know. I need to look it up and tell you, but it's blooming. There's quite a bit of bloom through that. I wish we would get a rain and it would rain a couple inches for us. I think it would really spice this up, but let's see if I can see any honey. Yep, there's a honeybee right there. There's a honeybee right there. So I've seen 2 honeybees on this chunk. This is the 5 acres that I planted. And bless my neighbor for letting me do so, but the bees are finding it and utilizing it. They are working all these plants, so it's got to be doing some good. Like, it's giving them a place to come. Again, wish we could get some rain. It's so freaking dry down here. I got these sweet muffs on because I don't have my hearing aids in, and I lost my AirPods, so I can listen to music with these. And I don't have my hearing aids because they're getting fixed. So these work pretty good. I like them. But man, there is quite a few bees on this. I'm kind of liking this. This is kind of a cool little spot. They're finding it. I'm gonna hurry and look up what this plant is. I can't remember what this one is called, the purple one. So this is a fiddleneck. This is a wild radish. I didn't think the radish had a flower on it, but I guess it does. And I've seen quite a few bees on these white. See, there's one. There's some on that one right there, and that purple one. So fiddleneck, sunflowers will bloom. They won't bloom, till later. Hopefully we can get some moisture, but there's quite a few sunflowers popping up around here. There should be some hairy vetch in this. I'm not seeing any. I know it's a slower plant, I think. Yeah, I know that's a beet. That's more for ground penetration to get into the soil a little bit better. They don't flower. I've seen some yellow plants over here. Oh, that's sweet clover. I think. No, that's not sweet clover. What's this one? This is mustard seed. So the yellow is mustard. There's a little bit of mustard that took. some out there, there's some over there. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Even if it's helping a few bees, you know, it was worth maybe not worth the money and the fuel and the time it took to plant this, but it's beneficial, and that's important. I know we're helping the honeybees, and if we can all just help just a little bit, and everybody helps just a little bit, that will just help a little bit more. So help a little bit and do your part and save the bees. Let's plant flowers for the bees. I'm gonna go sit back in this thing for another hour or so and finish the tractor work. So somebody had mentioned they wanted to know some of the blooms in Utah. I'm not super great at knowing what blooms when. I know the linden trees are blooming right now. It's June. I don't even know what day it is. It's June something. But I know sweet clover's blooming. There's some alfalfa blooming. Fiddleneck, obviously that's blooming. Some poison hemlock is blooming. I've seen some bees on it. Honey locust trees are done. Russian olive trees are done. And I'm not sure what's really going to kick in right now other than the linden trees in the Utah area. I've been trying to get better at what blooms and when it blooms. So somebody wanted me to do an intro video about myself, a little bit of bio, so I'm going to just touch on that real quick. Born and raised on a farm here in northern Utah. We run about 120 acres of land. Not all of that is farmable. Some of it is wetlands and some is pasture that we put livestock on and still farm ground, but we don't necessarily plant crops on it. I've been in the military. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I have a wife and 5 wonderful kids. We just built a house, just right there behind me actually. You can probably see it in the background. I'm a lineman. I work on power lines and I love my job. It's a pretty good job. I love farming and I love beekeeping. I love my family. They're all great. The things I like to do for fun is farm and beekeep, work and work. Being with the kids are great. My wife is great. She puts up with me and all the crap that I have to do. She's pretty good. She married a farmer and she's pretty good to know it and remember that I can't always be around and she pulls the weight, and that puts quite a bit of pressure on her with 5 kids at home, one being a newborn and oldest one being 13. So we have a variety of kids. I'm a religious guy. I believe in, a higher power. I believe in God. I owe a lot of my, I owe 98% of my success, I'm sure, to Him, if not more. I love everybody. I try to. If you're a good person, that's good. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you worship. Just let me be me and you be you, and we can be friends. So I'm discing this field here. You can see our disc. We just bought this disc this last fall at a farm auction. Does pretty good. Ground's pretty dry. You can see all the dust. Not a lot of moisture out there, but gonna get her ripped and try to control some of the weeds and get it ready for the fall plant. If we decide to plant something, we may just let it lay dormant. I gotta put my phone down so I can turn my tractor around because it requires multiple hands and coordination here. I'll lift up the disc. turn too sharp and hit the disc blades with the tools on the tires and the tractor. You don't want to pop them. Try to stay as straight as you can and do the best efficient job you can. Not a lot far. If you jump over to Bruce's Bees channel, he did an interview on me a little while ago, kind of about my life story and how the bees have helped me and kind of my upbringing, and it gets a little bit personal. And it's a good video. Jump over there on his channel and check it out. It's I think it's titled "Beekeeping Saved My Life" or something. Bruce has got it. I can try to add a link in the description if I remember to do so. But that's a pretty good video if you want to get to know me a little bit more. Yeah, I'm grateful for this YouTube community and what you guys have done, and friends and the people that I've been able to talk to and meet. It's been pretty dang cool. I really like the beekeeping group. I think it's kind of feeling, not that I'm comparing, I might get some flack for saying this, but it's not that I'm comparing the military to beekeepers, but in the military I really liked that brotherhood that I had, that bond with all the friends that I had, and the group of people I was with, and I'm kind of getting my fix on that with the beekeeper community. You know, talking to you guys on YouTube, I don't get to see you or meet you in person, but engaging with a group that has the same kind of goals and likes to do the same things, it helps me in more ways than I can express. Keeps me on the straight and narrow and sober, and it's really been beneficial to me. I didn't think my YouTube would get as much traction as it has. I did it just kind of started it as just kind of fun, and then wanted to help people in the community, and now it's growing, pretty good, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. But it's all because of you guys. Thanks for watching and what you do. If you do watch the videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and thanks everybody for what you do.